prior to Dolph's murder, Yo Gotti's Rolls Royce truck was hit up 60 times on a visit to Memphis.
The whole problem with Gotti and Gucci.
Was he too comfortable going back to Memphis in that climate?
Who?
Just.
Stems from a bitch. See, that's what niggas ain't getting. Oh man, Gotti fucked Gucci hoe. Yeah, he was in a bulletproof truck and they shot that motherfucker up 100 times, right? He came back and made a song about it. Gotti did not rape Gucci hoe. Gotti fucked the bitch who wanted to get that pussy up freely and voluntarily.
Man, you know, every time I have you on, we end up talking about Memphis in some type of way.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I fuck with Memphis.
Yeah,
the
man,
long way.
I know you do, man. Hernandez Govan recently reported that prior to Dolph's murder, Yo Gotti's Rolls Royce truck was hit up 60 times on a visit to Memphis.
I've been through that.
Does this add a slight twist to the Young Dolph case, bro?
No, they had an issue with each other. There was a problem. That problem was escalated and exacerbated by Dolph's relationship with Gucci, who was basically sworn enemies with Gotti because of the whole, it's always a bitch. The Bible, listen, Solomon, listen, bro, Helen of Troy, Adam and Eve, Sodom and Gomorrah, Samson and Delilah. It's always a bitch somewhere in the equation that is the reason why niggas are at war with each other, right? It's always a bitch. Think about this. The whole problem with Gotti and Gucci stems from a bitch. So you had two men who were operating on the highest level of the music business, hip hop that is, who had odds with each other, all because of a bitch. See, that's what niggas ain't getting. Oh man, Gotti fucked Gucci hoe. Listen, bro. Gotti didn't rape Gucci hoe. Gotti did not rape Gucci hoe. Gotti fucked the bitch who wanted to get that pussy up freely and voluntarily. Simple as that. She was a pass around. Yo, Keyshia Ka'oir was not Gucci Mane's first nothing. She wasn't his first nothing. You know, so when you think about all that shit between Gotti and Gucci, they all stem from a woman. Simple as that. And I ain't gonna even keep on calling her sister a bitch because she ain't do shit but what other hoes do. Look for a lick. Look for a motherfucker to take advantage of to help herself out when it comes to the long range plan. But it all stems from that. So when it comes to what Hernandez Govan revealed about Gotti, that was no. My niggas in Memphis been told me that. You know what I'm saying? They've been.
Why you think it was just revealed now though? Like it was Memphis business, but why you think it's just now out to the public?
Because anything that you say about that situation, you're going to be called a rat because you're revealing elements of criminal activity. The reason why what Govan Hernandez, what's his name?
Hernandez Govan.
Whatever the nigga name is. The reason why he not looked at, so people start saying, oh, it's a rat, it's a rat. Think of how, it's my discovery. They charged me with lining up the assassination of, so how in the fuck is it, if it's in my discovery, it's open to the public, it's in the public domain. So if I'm telling y'all what it is, these were the things that they were trying to say that I knew about and was aware of, which is what and one of the factors that why I helped trying to set up a motherfucker getting killed. So it's a matter of public information. That's how stupid motherfuckers is. That's not ratting. When you're discussing details of your case, right? And the case has been resolved, you got found not guilty. You can discuss any part of that case that you want to because it's your case. That was all part of your case. So why it wasn't revealed? Because listen, what's happening here is that so the world of YouTube is colliding and clashing with the world of traditional journalism. When you look at a reporter from Fox or NBC or CBS or ABC, right? When you see a reporter reporting live from the scene about whatever calamity or whatever crime just happened, or whatever just happened, we don't call reporters rats, do we?
No, we don't.
We don't.
You look at it like that.
But when a YouTuber talks about what happened in any particular situation, they start calling the podcasters, the bloggers, they start calling them rats. Why? All we're doing is reporting on what's going on. But here's why they do it. It's because people are assuming, so because one, the YouTubers and podcasters and bloggers, they are non-traditional journalists. You didn't go to school for it.
Right.
So therefore, you're not a real journalist.
Like Dan Rather.
Right, you ain't no Dan Rather ass nigga. You ain't no Howard Cosell ass nigga, right? So you look at it like you a street nigga and you talked about street shit that you know can get a nigga booked Like the whole Pooh Shiesty thing, right? So the whole thing is, I want to do away with this shit right now. As a YouTuber, as a podcaster, do we have a responsibility? I'm going to get back to your question, but do we have a responsibility to watch what we say and guard what we say above and beyond what a traditional reporter would do? Because a traditional reporter going to report what the fuck they heard. They ain't going to put no pause on the shit because that shit might get somebody booked. They going to report what the fuck it is, what they heard, what their sources told them. So as a YouTuber, as a podcaster, you can't do that because you ratting. Because you supposed to be a street motherfucker who knows better. Most of the podcasters, most of the YouTubers, most of the ones who are the biggest in the game, they not from the streets. They civilians. Yeah. They L7s. So they're reporting on something in the same way, in the same manner that a regular news reporter reports on.
And this is their job.
And that's their job. They make money off of it, right? So here's the whole thing. And they get awards for it and everything else. So listen, once something becomes how do we know that anything happened between Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane? See, rappers are called, oh, you a rat. Wait a minute, hold on, nigga. You niggas, ain't you the same niggas that rap about who y'all killed and who y'all drilled? Ain't y'all the same niggas that do diss songs and put y'all smoking y'all ops and smoking them and bragging about the kills y'all went on? So y'all can brag about it, but as a YouTuber or a podcaster, we can't talk about it.
Right, report on it, yeah.
You can't report on it. So you mean tell me who knew outside of Gucci Mane and his inner circle, the 3 people who were with him, and Pooh Shiesty and his inner circle, who knew that anything happened between violent or aggressive? Who knew anything happened besides their 2 camps? Gucci Mane is not in the public setting. He in the studio with dog. Ain't no million niggas up in there. That's Gucci, bro. Come on.
Right.
Wasn't no 4,000. It wasn't no bunch of hoes in there to go back and gossip. Girl, guess what? No. Somebody in one of those camps leaked that information out here because they wanted it to be leaked. Once that shit get leaked in the public domain, it's fair game, nigga. We can talk about it. Stop trying to chastise a motherfucker and trying to control the motherfucker. If you talk about that shit, you a rat. Or you snitching. Wait a minute. 21 Savage said on Twitter, on X, hey, Gunna, hey, Thug, y'all need to squash that shit. Because guess what? We been knew Gunna was a rat when he ratted the first time. And we swept it under the rug. So you mean to tell me you knew a nigga was a rat before you ever did a song with him, and you did a song with him, multiple songs with him, and you forgave his indiscretion to the streets, all for money? That means you can be bought off. That means, listen, if you sell your integrity for fame and fortune, what else won't you sell it for? Damn. So the whole thing is, when it comes to that situation, bro, the niggas put that shit in the public domain. They leaked it. They talking too much, right? And so once it comes out, motherfuckers can talk about it. It's as simple as that.
Well, my last question about that particular situation is, with his brother, Big Jook, aware of that happening, that situation happening?
Of course. Yes, I'm aware of it.
Was he too comfortable going back to Memphis in that climate?
Who?
Jook.
Jook live in Memphis. Jook was a hood nigga. Jook wasn't no square L7. He was a street nigga. So he felt comfortable in Memphis. Don't forget, CMG, it was a squad down there. It was trading jabs back and forth. Paper route, CMG. It was public information. So when somebody talks about what happened between the two groups, or any element of the 2 groups, that shit is public information. They talking about it. They rapping about it. When at the CIAA in North Carolina, right?
When Dolph got the truck.
Yeah, he was in a bulletproof truck, and they shot that motherfucker up 100 times, right? He came back and made a song about it.
A bumping ass song.
He wanted one of his best songs. He wanted motherfuckers to know it happened, because to him, I survived that attempt, that assassination attempt. So listen. So when you're making a song about somebody trying to kill you, the feds already believe that it came from CMG. So when you make a song about it, you are acknowledging that it happened. So what was Dolph doing when he made the song? When Gotti put it in the song, yeah, my shit got hit 60 times. He put it in a song. You're acknowledging it for the whole world to know and to experience it. So how can y'all get mad at a motherfucker for reporting on it and talking about it? You know what's gonna happen.